get his Laker. That's all I can put.
All right. What's up, folks? We are live. We had a little bit of a technical issue there. We solved it. Apologies for that. These things do happen when you're doing a live broadcast. But thank you for joining. Michael here from Lake Michigan Angler. Rob's back in the front working the shop. Welcome to the Big Pond Brawl, presented by Fish Hawk Electronics. Guys, this is the third leg in our series for the year. We had 34 boats competing in today's competition here. Majority of which are part of the series, so they're battling it out for this guy right here. All right, this is our first trophy for the Big Pond Brawl series. The boat that wins it for the series will have their name plated on here, and we'll begin a tradition where we'll fill this guy up all four sides, and it'll be on display here at Lake Michigan Angler for all of those to see the boats that have won this cup right here. So we're very excited about that. I'm also excited for the opportunity to see some big fish being caught. Let's go to the scales. We actually have some boats weighing in right now. We've already had some folks roll in that primarily out of North Point. They're closest to us, weighing some fish here. We'll start getting into some of the weights here in a moment on what's been brought in. Overall, the theme here is that it's tough fishing. We had exceptional fishing up until about last week, and then of course we get slammed in typical August fashion by northeast, east winds, and brought all that warm water to our side. The Michigan boys have been railing on the Kings right now. Seems like a lot of the matures are over there. That being said, it made for an interesting day today because as anglers were fishing throughout the week and having to kind of pre-fish, they were, trying to figure it out. Where are these fish? And everyone has covered practically every part of the water column. We have cold water near shore for sure, but the challenge there is that there's a lot of turbulent water, and it doesn't seem like those fish want to be in that turbulent water. So folks have been fishing, inside of 60, 70, 80, 90, and then working their way out to the 200s. Everyone's a little bit of everywhere trying to put together a decent bag. And so far, what I can tell you for the fish that have been brought in here, we've seen a lot of Lakers, of course. Nothing giant. A lot of fish are in the teens. In fact, let me pull up here and we'll take a look. I'm unable to show you this right now, but I'll spit off here what we have so far. In terms of weight, so far with about half of the field already in, actually, it looks like the median weight here is going to be in that 40-pound range so far. We have some in the 50-pound range. I suspect before it's said and done that someone's going to walk in with an 80-pound bag. Someone is probably going to have strolled on, their good luck and landed into a big pool or school of mature 4-year-olds, and we'll bring that in. We'll see how that turns out. You never know. We still have quite a few of the racing boats that are on the way down here to weigh in, and I'll take a moment here to talk about how we're able to do this, and that's largely through our wonderful sponsors. Of course, Fish Hawk Electronics doing a big part here to present this entire series this year. So big thank you to Fish Hawk Electronics. If you've not checked out a Fish Hawk system, highly recommend it, especially in conditions like what we're experiencing right now. There is a lot of extreme currents all over the place. For those of you that are in our area, you know about the hills, and they also have structure up in Racine off Wind Point. A lot of that underwater structure impacts those currents, and it creates a lot of interesting dynamics in the water. A lot of it can benefit the fish, and they'll come in closer, and sometimes they don't want to be in that soup bowl, and then it forces them out. Fish Hawk Electronics, that probe really goes a long way to help you know where you're going at. This week I was out on the boat with a couple of guys, and I can't tell you how many times we were going 1.9 at surface and it was 2.7 at the ball, only 50 feet down, 60 feet down. Very, very, very big difference in terms of speed there. And that's where that Fish Hawk Electronics probe will help out a lot. The new lithium ones are out there as well. So if you don't have a system in place right now, that would be the way to go. It's really compact. It's great. Fully sealed, so you don't have to worry about water getting in and messing up the battery. And for those that already have a older gen system, the first gen system, you can always upgrade in kind of components. They've built the system so that you don't have to. It doesn't make your current system obsolete. You can switch parts out as you go, and that's a great thing about it. So check out the Fish Electronics probe. Also want to thank Dreamweaver Lures. Many of you fish their products, whether it's the Spin Doctors or the Super Slims or whatever it may be. We all know that Dreamweaver catches fish, and big thank you to Dreamweaver. Also, thank you to Amado Senior Care of Northern Illinois. We actually did an on-the-water video with them recently. Hopefully have that out sometime in the coming week. It's really, really cool. So if you have a loved one or maybe family member that got injured, slipped and fell, and needs some additional help and assistance, check out Amado Senior Care in Northern Illinois. All these links to these companies are down in the description of this video. Blood Run, of course. Many of you use their products as well, from their copper lines, their wires, rods, floats. They got a variety of tackle to help salmon and trout anglers get onto the fish. Pro King, what can we say? Many of us use their flashers and spoons and get out there and fish those Pro King. Salmon Candy as well, local brand. I'll tell you what, that white Megatron has been hard to beat this year. We've got a line of boats coming in right now. We're gonna get ready to go to the scale here in a second. Also can't thank enough Stinger for being a part of this. And let's go to the scales. We'll take a look here. Spruce Island Camp sponsoring this year's Big Fish. Folks, this is guaranteed minimum $1,000 for the big fish. We're still waiting for a big fish to come in here. So far, we've seen some mid-teens fish. Someone, I'm sure, will bring that in here. But check out Spruce Island Camp. They're in Lake of the Woods, Ontario. It's family-friendly. You go out there with friends. They got lodges. They've got cabins, full kitchen. You bring in your own food. You have a good time at a world-class fishery. We've got a nice king 4-year-old brought in right here. Let's take a look here.
2026.
Looks like we finally got our first 20-pounder brought in as a king 2026 on that weight here. Looks like there's some more kings. A lot of all kings coming in so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, in our area, we've seen a lot of juvenile kings, a lot of 2s and 3s. A nice steelhead to round it out right there. 52.44 for that final weight. Not a bad box considering the conditions that we're all facing out there today. We'll try and get a leaderboard standing here once we have a break and see how things are going. One other thing we added to the fold for this tournament specifically is we're doing a Mr. Chrome challenge here. So one angler, one boat is going to win an additional $500 just simply by fishing a Mr. Chrome lure and bringing it in. And if it's the biggest fish caught on a Mr. Chrome lure, $500. I'm really excited to see how that pans out for everybody. Looks like we got a big king right here. Big king. That's going to go for more than 20. 21.48. Looks like that's the biggest king so far. Looks like we got another healthy Laker. Nice big fat Laker. This is a box. All right, they're weighing. They're part of the Southwest Series, so they're weighing in their 3 fish first. He's taking the Coho off, so he's going to weigh the rest of his fish here for our Big Pond Brawl. Another big Laker coming in, a little chunky guy. And it looks like they're going to bring it all out with a smaller king. Last fish. Another, probably like an 8-9 pounder king. Let's see what that total weight. 65.02. We got a new leaderboat. New leaderboat, guys. New leaderboat right there. Can we get a picture of that, Craig?
Sure.
Let me get you on over there real quick.
Good job. What did Craig catch? What's that?
21.
Oh, thank you.
I lied. I said it was you.
All right. Got a quick photo op there with that big king. We're going to get our next boat in here. All right, another. Oh, I see a big king in the box, folks. Some folks figured him out, got onto him. Nice mature right there. Probably gonna be pushing 18. Let's see, 19, 19, 12. Very respectable king right there. We've got a Laker coming in. They're also gonna wait for their Southwest, so that'll be 3 fish, and then they'll get into the rest of their 5.
37.
Another king. Steelhead.
63.24.
63.24. Whew. It's close, right up there. Will you get a picture with you guys? With your fish? We'll grab a pic.
Are you running into the reef again? I thought I saw you under power from offshore.
Let's
get pick up the ground there.
You guys have kings?
What's that? Okay. 450 copper. Why would it be?
Those reanimates.
All right. Awesome to see folks getting on the big kings. We've been looking for them. We've been looking for them. We've got more boats coming in here in the line to weigh in, folks. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to write it into the chat there. I'm happy to talk about it. Whoever ends up being first place, we'll do our best to get them to sit down with us and talk about what program they ran today, you know, how they fished out there, especially considering conditions, which I suspect are going to be this hanging with us for a while. Look, nice big laker coming in right here. What's this?
2108.
2108. Close. I'm not sure if that knocks off the king that was just weighed. It's close enough to it, though. See, we got a nice mature king brought in there. See, it looks like we're going to see another laker that's still alive.
Would you catch that on Sheridan Road?
We got a fish is still alive. And we have another king, so a couple of kings, a laker. See what their fifth and final fish is going to be. This is, I believe this is Schools Out. Yeah, there's Schools Out. They're out of Racine.
7110.
7110. We got a new leader, folks. This is Schools Out Fishing out of Racine. We got to get a picture. Well, the fish is getting away. The fish is getting away.
Hey, simmer down. I don't know. You sure you didn't catch that one yesterday? That was from last weekend.
Hey, double fist him. There we go. Oh my God.
He also BS and said that was 23 pounds, by the way.
New leader, yo. New leader.
Oh, yeah.
That was a very impressive box of fish right there, breaking the 71-pound mark. I kind of said it earlier that it's going to take something in the 70 range to probably take first place there.
That's right. Not officially, not
All right, we got another boat coming in the way, and let's go to scales. Timothy said, "Hey, Mike, great job with the stream. Sounds great. Thank you, man. Appreciate the Tim. We had a little technical issues to launch it. We had to stop it and restart. So I do apologize. These things do happen in a live environment, however.
On the southwest, we're going to wear fish in at the SU, and I'll come back for that southwest stuff.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Got a laker coming in. Let's see here. We got another. That's a steelhead I think I saw in there. Small little king in there. And I'll try and get the leaderboard updated here in a second, folks. I'm just going to try and get things settled in here, and we'll see how this goes. 38.72 for Go Devil. I think they were out of Racine. All right. All right. Oh, there's Rob, everyone. Say hello on the microphone, Rob.
How's it going?
There he is.
What's that?
You know he's there.
Southwest showing it right now? Do you have any info on
No, it should be. No, it's public. Yeah. Yeah, he was making sure we were the stream was okay. All right, so here's where we're at. We got a good amount of boats have weighed in. There's still a few left here. Let me see what I can pull here for you.
Right, do they have fourth place or better?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Going to, let's see, we're still waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4. About 11 boats left here to weigh in here. We'll see. We'll see if they come in. Sometimes, you know, if they don't catch a box that they feel comfortable with, they might not come weigh at all. But we had quite a few come in to weigh. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to try and organize and get a standings for you right now. Give me 1 second here. In fact, we'll take a short little break. And give me a minute here to organize this, okay? Flea's been bad down there, Michael. I fished Port Washington last week, and they actually not down here. The fleas haven't been bad at all. I think we got a lot of cold water. I think it does a lot to alleviate that. But they haven't been bad this week. I fished 3 times this week. Not much of an issue at all with the fleas. So give me a second. Let me try to organize the standings, and I'll report back here momentarily. Never mind, we're back. We have a fish to weigh. All right. We got Laker, Steelhead. Looks like there's 2 fish to weigh today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He had a good day yesterday, but yesterday was something too. We did good yesterday, but
Oh, tough fishing for some. Oh, it was a brown trout. Thought it was a steelhead. Turns out that was a brown. All right. Give me a moment, folks. I'm going to go ahead and get the leaderboard together here and try and share with you where we're at least for the top couple of boats. Well, every time I go to get the leaderboard, we got boats coming in, so we'll just go back to the scales here. Looks like we've got 3 fish brought in, some Lakers, some Kings, all pretty cookie cutter, it looks like here. 39.6 for their 5. See, the common sentiment I'm seeing here from a lot of the anglers is a lot of frustration out there today. You know, August comes, a lot of things change here. We get a lot of unstable weather. It really turns out it blows the warm water in. We're dealing with a lot of currents right here. Seems to be a thought that a lot of the fish are further north, like Milwaukee on north on the port. Probably because there's deeper water, it's more stable water, not as impacted as it is down here in the southern end of Lake Michigan. But I think from what I'm seeing that, especially with the fall coming right around the corner, a few weeks away, these fish are going to start coming back down the matures anyway, towards our, Racine and Kenosha harbors, and Waukegan, for their run. So I think they're going to start creeping down. It's just a matter of time. We're getting close enough to it. And I'll take a moment at that point to mention that as we prepare for the fall, if you need gear for your fall king fishing, we've got a brand new order coming of moonshine casting spoons, P-line, laser minnow jigs, reef runners are in, all the prime things you're looking for your king fishing. We've got a lot of those baits and lures in right now. All right. The weigh-in still continues here. Give me a second, folks. We're going to compile, and I'm going to come back with some leaderboards for you. All right, guys, we're back in here with a boat weigh-in. Let's take a look and see what we have here for this one. It's going to be a challenge to get up there and place up high enough. Let's see here.
And then you're free for the series.
So they're going to weigh in their Southwest Series fish,
3 species.
and then we'll get
Got 3 species.
our weigh-in here. By the way, folks, thank you for joining us for the Big Pond Brawl weigh-in presented by Fish Shark Electronics. Thank you to our sponsors, Dream Reaver Lures, Amada Senior Care, Northern Illinois, Blood Run, Pro King, Salmon Candy, Stinger. One boat is going to walk away here with a $1,000 guarantee minimum, courtesy of Spruce Island Camp at Lake of the Woods, Ontario. Guys, check them out. We got the information to Spruce Island. We'll have it all linked down in the description of this video back on our YouTube channel after this broadcast. So check them out. Family-friendly event, lodges, cabins, got full kitchens. A great time at a world-class fishery for a little escape and getaway. Looks like we have a 5038 box right there.
Good. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we've got those guys in.
It's a good sized stream. Its own.
And I'll take a moment here to share with you the standings. I'm trying to get it displayed on the stream here. It's a challenge every time I try to do this. We get things changed. All right, here's what we're looking at right now. First place, current standings. We have Summer School with Captain Shane. Total weight is 7110 right now. That's the number to beat. Followed by Stormtrooper Captain Jim Mueller with a box of 6502. We've got Seamate with Captain Ted in third with 6324. We have Follow Me in fifth, Captain Kevin at a, let's see, 1, 2,
Right out that corridor.
3, sorry, this fourth place, 5934. In fifth, we have Bama Breeze with Captain Josh with a total weight of 5644. And sixth, we have Musclehead with Captain Rich at 5244. We have seventh, Super Sport Junior with Captain Dan, and that looks to be 5210 total weight. We have eight, I believe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yep. Eighth place currently is Captain, it was Jaws On, Captain Jim Stepp at 50.38. Ninth, we have Fishing Crew with Captain Greg, excuse me, total weight of 49.74. And rounding out the top 10, we have Live Each Day with Captain Steve Ruggiero with a total weight of 46.98 is where we are currently at right now with the standings. You know, I kind of suspected that median weight was going to be you know, the 40, like 50, right at that 50 mark. It kind of seems like that's the case right here. Most of the fish weight in here, majority of the anglers and the boats are in that 50, upper 40 range. But then to get you into the first couple of spots, first top 5, you're looking at the 60 and 70 pound range. And that's really, really impressive considering the conditions that we're dealing with here in the water right now. You know, fish are all over the place, or north of us mostly. You've got a lot of turbulent water, a lot of strong currents. We've got cold water near shore. However, that looks to be changing probably as of tomorrow. We have a crazy northeast wind, I believe is what I saw, coming in the forecast for us. And that's going to do a lot to change the water here and make things a lot more difficult for us. All right. We're going to try and get some stuff organized here. Reset the leaderboard here. We do have something new that we incorporated for this specific tournament that it's been going good so far, and I think the response has been really positive here. We'll organize these guys again. So this is the first time we've done this. We call it the Mr. Chrome Challenge. We teamed up with a brand out of Michigan, Mr. Chrome, who their lures have been doing really well this year for us here. Both in terms of fishing their lures as well as just selling them here at Lake Michigan Angler. So we reached out to them and they were very supportive, saying, hey, yeah, we'll support your salmon community. What can we do? You know, I told them about this idea I had about doing a lure challenge where anybody can take one of their lures, whether it's a spoon or a flasher, catch a fish on it, and that can be whoever catches the biggest fish with any of their lures gets a $500 payout. No additional entry fee for that. And it's really cool that it's been a positive reception from our anglers involved, and we've had quite a few boats participate in it. And so far, the leading fish in that is from Live Each Day, Captain Steve. Currently has the biggest fish for the Mr. Chrome Challenge, which is a 16.32 pound Laker caught. So presuming no one else comes in with a bigger fish, he'll be walking away with another $500. And so we're trying to be very innovative in how we can incorporate brands into our Big Pond Brawl series for their exposure while getting more to our anglers in terms of opportunities to win some money. I think that is a very good proposition that as Rob and I discussed, you know, that excites anglers to get involved, that I believe makes it feel like it's worth the time and the effort to come out here, for one, putting some of their hard-earned money into being involved, and then having the potential to win across many different ways. And I think anytime we can accomplish that, it's excellent value for it. So if those of you who are watching this, let us know what you think about something like that, and hopefully this is something that we can roll out with other brands in the future for next year. So that more of our anglers can win some money, and folks can get exposed to some really good products, you know, as well from some of these companies. Scott said, were the waves manageable today? You know, folks said today that waves weren't too bad. Well, depending on where you were fishing, it seems like that. Some folks out in North Point, out in the 200, said it was flat calm. There was other folks that were out of Racine said it was pretty gnarly. So it seems like, again, because there's structure in our area, it can impact the water very differently depending on where you're at, northern or southern portion of the lake. That seems to be kind of the case. So we're waiting for a few more boats to come in here. If I can look at it, it looks like we might be about less than 10 boats, maybe about 7 or 8 boats that we're waiting to see if they show up here. You know, if not, we'll conclude the weigh-in here, and we will be announcing some winners. That being said, for the rest of this month fishing, I think you just got to do a lot of searching. That's going to be the name of the game, especially when we get these warm blow again. We're going to get warm water, I'm sure, again. I think looking for stable water, you know, we have this discussion in the shop a lot of times. You know, think about you being in your home and think about the air going from, you know, say on the cooler end, 60 degrees one moment, and then the next moment is 95 in your home. you'd feel very uncomfortable. The fluctuation, you just don't want to deal with it. So what would you do? You'd probably, like, let's say, go to the basement where it's more constant temperature, it's cooler, it's away from the mess that's going on in your living room between the 60 to 90, and you're just all over the place. And again, this is just a theory because I'm not a scientist. I don't know this, but I really believe that these fish get into those areas where it's too much going on for them. The fluctuation in the water temps, the fluctuation in the currents, I think that's what pushes them in and around to certain areas to get away from that. So a little bit more stability. And in fact, prior to the last blow we had, when fishing was lights out incredible for like 2 weeks or so, what was the common denominator then? What was the weather? We had very stable weather. We didn't have super strong blows. It was just pretty even keel, even though the winds were coming out of various directions. Each day would change a little bit, but it was all constant blows, 5 to 7 to 10 miles. It was just constant. It was nothing crazy, didn't spike up. So it allowed that water to stabilize, and we saw fish being caught in a wide range of depths. I mean, it didn't matter what you had or where you started. You could start in 80, 90, pop a couple early in the morning, just keep working east, and everywhere you went in the water column, you'd still continue to catch fish. And that's because my belief is that we have less stable water, and that's better conducive to those fish. Allows them to kind of just be more comfortable and perhaps feed more normally, and gives us better opportunities. So with the rest of this month here, what the challenge is going to be, will Mother Nature allow us to fish, for one? If you remember last August, we had extreme winds. It was terrible. Many boats outside of the big boats weren't able to get out for most of August last year. It was very, very extreme. So far this August, not so bad. We've had a couple of days of blows where it's like, but folks have been able to get out more times than not so far. So I think that's a net positive. So we'll continue to see how the rest of this month unfolds. The big thing is that we are all excited and looking forward to the Fall King Run, which we are not far away from. We get questions a lot about when are these kings going to be in. There's no real hardline answer. If the weather sets up a certain way, if we get cold water in again, if we get the right kind of a blow, if the water's stable enough, they can slide back in. If we don't, it can kind of stall them, and they might hang out at 100, 120 feet staged out there, waiting for the right condition, whether it's a rain or the right kind of a blow to bring that cold water back in for them to slide in closer, making them more accessible for small boats, for kayak anglers, for the shore guys. So my best advice is keep your eyes on the weather patterns. All right, use whatever app you can, track the winds, track the water conditions, and that can go a long way in helping giving you an idea of when you should get out there and target those fish. All right, so we are waiting for some more boats to come in here. We'll take a short break. In the meantime, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to share that in the chat here. Whoever wins it for today's tournament event, we'll have them sit with us here and talk about how they fished today, what worked for them, what was their strategy. So far, we have the first place boat is going to be Summer School with a current with a box of 7110. Their big fish was a 21-pound Laker. As far as the big fish goes for right now, it looks like the big fish is going to be a king caught by Stormtrooper that weighed in at 21.48 pounds. So those are the two big ones. Not seeing, we haven't seen any big 25-plussers brought in, but not to say that won't happen come our last event of the year in September. I'm really excited about that one. It's going to be a challenge, but our September 14th event, I believe, is our last one. It is designed specifically for king fishing, the Fall Kings, and I'm really interested to see how our anglers attack that. There's going to be different ways to approach it. Fishing the stagers out front, fishing in the harbor, break walls, inside the break walls, a lot of different ways to, target these kings. And if there's going to be big ones around it, that would be the time period where the odds of getting into some of those bigger kings is going to happen. Hopefully they all don't just go over to Michigan. We'll see. Anyway, we'll take a short break here and we'll be right back. Continue the broadcast, folks. folks. All right, we are back. We are finalizing the last few. Some of the boats are not coming in. They had mechanical issues and stuff. We also had the Salmon Unlimited tournament, so folks are still waiting over there. But I wanted to take a moment here. We got Brian Pauly here from Spruce Island Camp. You are obviously involved in fished. It was a fight out there. Folks are definitely fighting the conditions. A lot of currents and a lot going on. How did today fish for you guys?
Yeah, it started out hot, first line in the water. We got our biggest king, and then with playing the wind after that, and kind of the washing machine. The way he was trying to decide where they were going to go, and to go deeper, to go shallower, and we hit a little dry spot, and then picked it up at the end again. And
Where'd you guys decide to set up at?
we were just about 50 feet, and then we went out to the hill and worked our way back in, and then ended up shallower than that, 40 to 45.
Yeah,
And,
we had a lot of cold water on the inside.
Yeah.
It was worth checking. To me, it's one of those high risk, high reward.
Oh, we dropped the temperature probe down, the fish hawk down, and the bottom 10 feet, 8 feet were 50 degrees, 49. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, it's worth trying, even though
Yeah.
it gives you that false impression that it's 70 on top. But there was enough welling going on.
Oh, there definitely was. I just got to wait to see when these fish want to show up there. I do want to say that somebody today is walking home $1,000 richer from the Big Fish, which Spruce Island Camp is sponsored this year. So thank you guys for supporting our anglers.
Absolutely.
It looks like right now, provided someone doesn't come in with a monster at the last moment here, but I think our biggest fish so far is looking like a 21-pound. Where did I see it at here? 21.48 pound king. From Stormtrooper, which
Nice.
it's been a struggle to get some of those mature 4-year-olds breaking the 20-pound mark lately. I think maybe a lot of them are further north, but battling it out there. Someone will walk away with that, courtesy of Spruce Island. Which I do want to take a moment, Brian, to talk about Spruce Island. What is it? What are some of the cool things folks can do there?
Yep.
And you want to share some of that with them?
Absolutely. The Spruce Island Camp is located in Lake of the Woods on the Ontario side. So it's not on the Minnesota side, it's on the Ontario side. We are an island, and it's a boat 2 island. We have 8 cabins that we rent, housekeeping cabins, so you bring your own food. We supply your pots, pans, bedding, that sort of thing. Family friendly, dog friendly, and the fishing up there is it's world class. You've got your walleyes, we've got a lot of excellent muskie fishing. I was just up there last week doing that. The pike and smallmouth, and then we've got huge crappies too.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of
You can
everything.
dive in each day, spend a day doing target one species,
Yep, absolutely.
and do that with some
Figure
friends
out
and
what's
family.
biting.
Yeah.
A lot of times we'll say it's basically your fly-in Ontario fishing trip, but you can bring your own boat. So you can boat, or if you don't want to bring your own boat, we do have transport boats that we can get you there, and then you rent a boat on the island.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, since we're on the back end of the year, fall's coming, and then obviously we get into the winter period. For folks that do ice fishing, is that something they can do as well?
Yeah, we're not open in the winter. The main
Okay.
thing is, since we're an island, and there is flow in Lake of the Woods, the ice is iffy. I mean, there's places where the ice,
Gotcha.
in the northwest angle, they'll have an ice road up the shore, but in our neck of the woods, the ice isn't consistent enough and reliable enough to do that. So yeah, we'll shut down 3rd week in October.
Okay.
And I should mention, October we still do have some availability for, and that's when the big muskies are feeding, and it is.
I'm sure, right? Muskie, walleye, crappie. I love October because that's that fall. They're putting on the bag, the feed
Get
bag.
up there. I mean, I'm going up there last week in October. Last week we're open, so the big girls are out then.
Yeah.
It's,
Trophy hunting.
Yeah.
What's your biggest muskie out there?
50 and a half.
That's a big one right there. So if you guys want more info, we have it linked down below in the description of the videos. Check it out, Spruce Island. Great opportunity to get out there with the family, do something different, do some fishing, have a good time. And again, Brian, thank you so much
You
for
bet.
participating and supporting the community as well. So
Absolutely.
thank you guys. All right. We are going to take a quick short break again, and we'll be back here. I think we're going to wrap it up here. I think some of these boats aren't going to be coming in here. We got a big bag coming in?
Yeah, Jim Burkett.
Oh, is that right? It might be. I think there might be one boat who's purposely waiting at the last moment to weigh in a box for a nail-biting moment. We're gonna find out. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, folks. It looks like we're going to have another box being brought in here. This is going to be Captain Jim from Esperanza. Let's see what we have here.
We're supposed to start weighing in at 2 o'clock.
They didn't weigh him in.
We were 4th in line, we just left. I looked at him at the time, said, see you guys later, have a nice day.
Wayne here too. Looks like the captains are back there talking to each other. While we're waiting for them to come weigh, I would love your guys' feedback. If you guys enjoy the lives here, the live weighing experience, would love your feedback. Things you like, things that you might want to see, or even constructive criticism on things to make it look or sound better. Happy to get your feedback. You know, the reason why we do let's go to the weigh-in. The reason why we do it this way is so that you guys can experience this from the comfort of your home, if you're at work. And so there's a lot of effort that goes into doing the broadcast here. And, we're definitely appreciative of our boaters who have been so receptive to doing something so different that's not being done anywhere else on the lake in terms of live weigh-ins broadcasted, where they're coming down to one location, not just weighing them in at the docks or at the marina. So, big thank you to our boaters. Let's take a look. Just a lot of cookie cutter fish here. Steelhead, some kings. Total weight.
33 pounds even.
33 even for their fish.
Way to represent 40th place in the Willies.
For a moment there, I thought maybe they were going to break out like this monstrous box, but that did not materialize. All right. I don't think much is going to change here with the current standings. We've got a big box of 71. Where's that at? Here. 71 is the number to beat right now, and I just don't think. I don't think that's going to happen. To be honest with you, I just don't think it's going to happen.
I don't know, we need to follow some. That's how we're stupid on the fishing.
All right, Scott asked, are the mature kings you're seeing today getting darker? The ones that I've seen, the ones brought in today, they're already gonna have a little bit of discoloration because they're dead. But the kings we've been catching, the juvenile kings, no, I haven't seen the juvenile kings. Juvenile kings have been pretty silver, which you expect them to be. The matures, I just haven't seen a lot of matures being caught, boated, so it's hard to say. I think they've, from what I've seen on pictures, they look to be silver. I don't think they've been in the warm water too much right now, but they will as they start creeping into to the shallows as they get ready for their run and stuff. Any questions? Feel free to ask below. Our last event here is going to be September. I do want to take a moment here to kind of mention that we do have spots available to join for the September 14th event. That is going to be, even though we promoted it as such, we all know it's going to be a king-driven fall king tournament. Great opportunity for those of you in small boats because you don't have to necessarily go into the deep water. You can fish closer in, whether it's in harbor or out in front of harbors for your kings. So keep this in mind in getting involved for our September 14th event. Once we have our series boats re-sign up for their positions, we'll make the available remaining spots open to the public to join if you want to do a one-off. Our tournaments are $250 flat in. It covers your boat fee and it covers your big fish entry. That's automatic. From there, you just got to go out and get your 5 biggest fish. Very straight and forward, not complicated. 5 biggest fish. Weigh them, and it's as simple as that. We pay out a good portion of the field, and there's different ways to win. You have the big fish, and we pay out a couple of spots on big fish as well. We'll see if we have any more kind of challenges, lure challenges for the fall one. I'm really happy about how the Mr. Chrome challenge for this one turned out. It was another way for folks to get some money by fishing the lure and catching the fish on it. Russell, what's up? Russell said they got out fishing, and that's always a good day. Yeah, that's very true. Anytime you get out and fish, it's a good day. And while it was challenging, hey, listen, I'd rather be on the water than sitting doing something else, especially doing work, right? I think we can all agree on that. We've got strong winds coming out of the northeast predicted for tomorrow, so that can really do a lot to mess up the water here, blow the water warm again. We have a lot of cold water in close. For those of you who just missed it, we had Brian Pauly from Spruce Island Camp who fished today's tournament, and they really went big on fishing the inside of 100 feet. There's a lot of cold water. It's a high risk, high reward kind of a call to make, because if they're in there, you're going to get them good, and if not, then it was tough fishing. And it didn't seem like those kings are in there right now. Probably because it's very turbulent water. There's a lot of strong currents ripping in the shallow. And by shallow, I'm talking about inside of 100 feet of water. It's really more prevalent. You get offshore, there's still currents, but it doesn't seem as though it's as bad from all accounts of what we've been hearing. So let's take a short break. We'll tally up some more stuff, see if we can't finalize our current standings, and we'll continue with the Big Pond Brawl. All right, folks, a last minute win. You got the Mr. Chrome? All right, we'll do that one last.
16? We got on 16.
All right. They had 10 minutes to spare. They just walked in here, so let's see what they bring in here.
Big fish.
Let's see what we got here. We got most of everything set in there. It looks like is that a Laker? What is that, Ron? I think that was a Laker I might have saw in there, or yeah, it's a Laker. Looks like a Coho coming in there. We've got maybe a small king. A little steelhead coming in there. Nice little mixed bag of fish, some trout, some salmon. See what doesn't look like it's gonna be enough to do much of anything. We'll see here. Total weight 34.18. 34.18. All right. That's a real Patriot who just weighed in there.
Your first thing is when you're
He was going to be supposed to be on my way there right now, and I canceled.
All right. Now that we have that weighed in, I think we're going to be just a few moments away here, folks. The scales stay open until 3:30. Folks are not in here by 3:30. That is a DQ, and that's that. So we're just going to afford the time to everyone. There's just one boat that's out. We got folks trying to make a call to see if they're going to show up here or not. But we've got mostly everything set up here for the final standings. We're going to present that here momentarily, so appreciate your patience. And while we're waiting here, for those of you who are watching, how's this year been fishing for you? Let me know down below how this year has fished for you. Has it been doing well? What's your experience been like? I know for myself and for many others, it's been a phenomenal year of salmon fishing here on Lake Michigan. You know it's exceptionally good when majority of people don't have to go fish for Lakers. That's a really good telltale sign that there's a good amount of salmon around silver, and you don't have to rush off to the reefs and such to go pound the lake trout because there's plenty of silverfish around. All right. A few more minutes. Scott asked, are the big cohos still around? It seems like the big cohos are still around, but it seems like they've been out deeper water. At least from folks that have been fishing and what we saw being out there, they're definitely pushing out into deeper water. Not coming. All right, folks. We got confirmation that the scales are now closed. So let's get into the award section here. Before I do, first, let me remind you, thank you for joining us for the Big Pond Brawl Series. Our final event will be September 14th. And if you're interested in joining that one, which is primarily going to be for the Fall Kings, you can go to lakemichiganangler.com. We'll have information up probably in another week or so to begin that round and everything. So great opportunity for small boaters to get involved on that one. We will also be running in conjunction King Week. That is a kayak and shore division like specific tournament. It's a week-long tournament. It'll start on the 7th and it'll end on the 14th, the same day that we hold the Big Pond Brawl boats tournament. It'll end on that day. So we'll have more information. Stay posted to our Facebook and our website for all of that. Now, this could not be, none of this could happen without our great sponsors here. Official Electronics doing their part to contribute for year 2 of the Big Pond Brawl. So thank you to Official Electronics. Check out their probes. The new lithium ion ones are really great. Small, compact, fully sealed. Significantly smaller than the first gen probes. So if you're in the market for one, check one out right here at the shop. And more information at Fish Talk Electronics website. Dreamweaver Lures, Amada Senior Care in Northern Illinois, Blood Run, Pro King, Sammy Candy, Stinger, all involved in helping make this happen for our first full year of the Big Pond Brawl Series. We can't thank them enough. And so many of you are aware and fish and use their products and services. Check them out. And many of them we carry here in the store. And for Amada Senior Care, they're a local company here in Northern Illinois that helps you take care of your family members, whether they stumbled from a fall or they need long-term medical care. Check them out. They quality service, and one of the owner of it is a salmon angler too, part of the community. So somebody you can trust. All right, let's get into the awards here. Let me get everyone's attention. All right, folks that are in here, we're gonna go ahead and scales have closed. We've got confirmation of all the boats are in. So let's go ahead and make the announcement here for the final standings. All right. All right, we're going to start with the Mr. Chrome Challenge. This is something that we came up with and wanted to try, and it was well received. And so the concept of this was to get a lure brand, incorporate them into the Big Pond Brawl, and give our anglers another chance without paying any additional money to get a shot at $500 simply by using a lure. We had quite a few different folks participate in this challenge. It was totally optional. And congrats going out to Captain Steve from Live Each Day, who caught a 16.32 pound Laker, which was the biggest fish caught with a Mr. Chrome lure. They were using our custom NBK collaboration with Mr. Chrome NBK Flasher. So he's taking home $500 for that. Congratulations to Steve and the Live Each Day crew for that. Let's get into the big fish presented by Spruce Island Camp. We're paying out 3 spots on this one. In third place, taking home $255 is going to be Musclehead. Musclehead with Captain Rich Matthews. What was it? 2055. $20.55. Gas money. In second place, Summer School is taking home $425 for second place with their big fish. And in first place, taking home $1,020 with a 21.48 pound king is going to be Stormtrooper. Congrats to Stormtrooper for their big king for today. All right, let's get into the standings here for today's event. Based upon the 33 boats that we had, paying out 7 spots for today. And in seventh, Super Sport Junior with $334 is they're taking home $334. Congrats to Super Sport Junior. Their total weight was 52.10 pounds. All right. In sixth place, with a total weight of 52.44 pounds, it's going to be Musclehead taking home $460. Congratulations. All right, in fifth place is going to be with a total weight of 56.44 pounds. Is going to be Bama Breeze, and they're taking home $627. Congrats, guys. Next, fourth place with a total weight of 59.34 pounds. Taking home $711 is going to be Follow Me. Fourth place. Congrats, Follow Me.
7-Eleven, gotta go to the boat.
All right. In third place with a total weight of 63.24 pounds. Very impressive box. And taking home $1,129 is going to be C-Mate. Congrats, C-Mate. In second place with a total weight of 65.02 pounds, taking home $1,589 is going to be Stormtrooper. Congrats to the crew of the Stormtrooper. And in first place, if I had a drum roll, I'd play it right now, with a whopping 71.10 pound box of fish. They placed in before in some of our previous tournaments, and now they take home first place. Taking home $3,513. Congratulations, Summer School out of Racine. Congrats, guys. Well done to all of our anglers here. Very impressive. I know it was challenging and conditions, but it was all about having a good time, and many folks did. We appreciate your participation. We're glad everyone went out there safely, had a good time, and happy that many of you are going to walk away here with at least some gas money and some other paydays. And we hope that you guys enjoyed this one. We'll gear up for our last one of the year, the 14th one. I'll let those of you that are watching here in the shop and those that are watching on the broadcast that for that one, there'll be a lot of information coming out our way on that one, as there's a lot to talk about with essentially this king-driven kind of event. And so we'll communicate that through our Facebook group, the Big Pond Brawl. And we look forward to our last event here. We'll get the total points out this week. So for those that are in the series, we'll get an update on the standings to let you know what you need to do for that last event. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a really tight race. I can just tell from what we have here today. And just want to thank you all for your time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself, and we will see you guys on the next broadcast. Take care for those of you watching, and we'll see you again soon.